Okay, Melvin. The power comes from making really loud sounds. The louder the sound, the bigger the stick you can chop. Let's practice. Say, hi-ya.
Hiya!
Louder.
Hiya!
You can do it, Melvin. Give me more.
Hiya!
With power, Melvin. Muster up your inner monster and give it all you've got.
My inner monster?
There we go. You can do it, Melvin. Come on, yeah! We'll work on that.
Ow!
Hey guys, what are you up to today?
I'm teaching Melvin how to deal with anger by learning how to fight. So, just that, really.
I don't think that works.
Trust me, I get angry all the time, and I've almost been in a fight like 20 times already. And karate works every time, as far as I know.
That's impressive.
Well, let's just say this ain't my first rodeo.
Well, okay, but fighting doesn't work. Today we explore the only real way to deal with anger.
Karate.
Hiya!
Woo!
Want to make Tangiblez easy to find? On Facebook, click See First, and YouTube, click on Enable Notifications. Yeah.
Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. The end goal of everything God is about is bringing others into a deep relationship with Him. That means that our lives as Christians should be completely centered around that purpose. Nothing else matters except what helps us accomplish God's will of drawing others into Jesus. So, where does my anger fit into that picture? If you don't have a plan in place of how you can use your anger to inspire someone into a relationship with God, then you're gonna have to change gears. So how do we get rid of the anger then if it's not gonna help?
Well, maybe you could just...
I tried that.
Did it work?
No.
The
All right.
best way is to understand what's really happening. Okay, let's make this tangible. 99.999% of the time, anger comes from us not getting something we want. Whether it's being treated unfairly or having to wait for something that we believe we're entitled to. But if the thing I want isn't going to build the kingdom of God, then what's my anger gonna do?
Nothing.
Okay, but let's be realistic. Anger doesn't just go away by itself.
You're right, but we can control the way we feel by how we think. One of the ways I found that actually heals anger is to realize that I'm no better or different than the person who's making me angry. If I take time to think of specific reasons why we're the same and how I've done the same stuff they have in similar situations, my perspective will change. And this deeper insight will cause me to feel completely different about the situation. Just that simple action can relieve very deep feelings of anger.
That sounds great, but how does it work?
Well, we usually excuse our own behavior, right? Because we understand why we acted the way we did.
Well, of course, I don't do things just because.
If we understand how we're the same, then we can find ways to identify with them and their actions and see how we would have done the same thing too. When we have that understanding, our emotions end up excusing them like we excuse ourselves when we're in that situation. And voila, we feel better.
It sounds so simple.
So simple, it just might work.
It really does work. I went through that process just this last week. I found myself losing sleep at night due to a situation that was eating me up with frustration. I didn't want to go through the process, but when I forced myself to, I found so much relief and a deep compassion for the person who's causing me a bit of strife in my life. And even though the situation hasn't changed, I feel so much better and lighter. I'm happy again. And that takes us to this week's challenge. God is asking us to speak with words of hope that build others up, especially when we're in the middle of the problem. God needs His children to start responding like this to show the world what real love looks like. Imagine the impact we could have in the world if we would get serious and start showing God's deep, unconditional love, especially when things are going poorly.
We could rule the world.
Well, we could change the world.
Oh yeah, change it, sure, yeah.
Change the world.
We could rule the world.
Well, tomorrow we'll explore what to do when somebody's angry with you or me.
Karate!
No. Well, thanks for joining us. Please help us spread the word by giving this video a thumbs up. It helps others find it. Comments and questions below, and we will see you tomorrow.